castles everywhere, and they're quite small.
Yeah, I mean, for medieval history, Britain is it's very important. It's very an important tourist location.
Yeah, yeah. It's well, because Cardiff Castle was a Norman castle, so it's quite early medieval, and it
I
got
mean,
sieged a ridiculous amount of times.
all of Europe has a lot of beautiful castle. I went to the French Loira, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
castles of the Loira. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I like Brodsky Castle.
What? Sorry.
Prosky. It is the
Okay.
most ridiculous castle
Whoa,
ever.
whoa. Okay.
It's like suspended.
In Czechoslovakia, Republic,
Yeah,
Czech Republic.
yeah. It's
Oh,
it's in the video game Kingdom Come. If you look at the pictures from the
nice,
video game, it shows you what it would have looked like.
nice Kingdom Come. I played the game. Really nice.
Have you played the second one?
No, the first one.
Yeah, I love the first one, but I've moved on to the second one now. I
Don't
finished
have
both a few times.
the budget
Oh,
for
I
now.
thought I didn't have the budget, but it's definitely worth it if you can. It's so worth it.
Also, one nice
But yeah.
castle is it's Mount Saint Michel Castle in France.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mont Saint Michel. Love Mont Saint Michel.
I went to the castle.
Did you?
Beautiful. Yes.
My dad
But
went, but I.
when the water was low, unfortunately, back in 2012.
Okay. Back in 2012, I was 3 years old.
Oh, shit.
Yes. 3 years old. Jeez.
You sound a lot
Yeah,
a lot older, man.
it's probably the quality of the thing, and because like I hit puberty, so that's probably why.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not like a young child. I'm 16. But
Oh,
geez, 3 years old. You must feel old now. I went in 2012. How old were you in 2012?
sorry.
How old were you in 2012?
I was 12 years old.
Oh, so you were quite young as well.
Yeah, yes.
So you obviously don't feel that old if you
No,
were a child.
I don't feel old, but I mean, well, it still was a long time ago. It will be nice
Yeah,
to go there another time when I can remember a bit more than my trip, because
yeah,
memories from 12 more years ago, from 2012, are not.
not as solid as would be hoped.
I mean, I can remember really narrow roads, all at an angle. I mean, all I mean, up and down.
Yeah,
Not you have really small cities. It was basically a town, a whole town on an island, basically all compressed. Now it's I can remember stuff, modern stuff, such as places when you can really eat, buy stuff. But at the time, you had everything from the blacksmith to the small garrison. You have everything you needed inside that really small castle.
yeah,
The really particular thing is this really long walk that you have to do, because when the waves are the tide, yeah, tide is correct. Tide exists in English.
yeah, tide.
Yeah, when the tide is it's low, you have these basically the sandbanks that I can imagine that if someone tried to attack, they would be seen instantly and shot by archers or something.
Yeah, yeah,
And then you have when the tide was high, you have water basically up to wall level, so
Yeah,
you cannot attack it uh, except by boat. It doesn't have a port.
yeah. So you
You
can
have to
only
go
get
there.
there
You have to go there,
at
man.
low tide.
It's nice if you can in the future with your family or whatever.
Yeah,
Friend.
I've only been to southern France because my nan lives there. So I've been
Oh,
there.
okay.
I actually lived there for about 5 months. So I've
Okay.
picked up a little bit of French, but I just don't like French people. So I refuse to speak it.
Yeah, for it, I mean, for what I know about France, it's like the nicer people are in the north and the rude people are in the south, which is the opposite in Italy. The nice people are in the south, the rude ones are in the north.
I
Inverted.
in England they teach the complete opposite. All the rude people are in the north of France, and the nice people are in the south.
Maybe because you
Yeah, I
fought
guess
a lot against them.
yeah, because we invaded the north of France and they invaded the south of us. Yeah, probably. Well, all the actually we're told all the rude people live in Paris. All the Parisians. There are two different type of French people and Parisians.
I mean, I've been a lot to
And
France with my family, but I never been to Paris. I always visited
apparently it's
Normandy,
horrible.
Loira. That's the main 2 points where I go. Or Normandy for World War II tourism, etc., etc. The beaches.
I would avoid it if I were you.
Why?
In fact, sorry, Paris, because it's full of Parisians.
Che viene Parigini.
Io non ho
Comprensibile.
capito.
Parigini.
Ah, ok.
Yeah, I mean, can, I know the, si chiamano i stereotypes about Parisians,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I never been
stereotypes
there personally.
have got to be based on fact at some point.
Yeah, something true at the base.
Indeed. I think we should nuke Serbia.
Why?
Just like a fun side topic. Just like get rid
Serbia.
of it. Yeah. Because, I don't know. I just guess they didn't deserve to exist. Gradaccia.
I'm trying to elaborate a response.
Just let you simmer with that one.
It's okay, but if you start a war with Serbia, Albania must turn back to Italy.
You want the
You
nation
can,
of Albania back?
you can take Kosovo, but we must have Albania.
Yeah, you can have
And
Albania.
Dalmatia. What about Dalmatia?
Dalmatian.
But
Give us back
we
few.
do have to keep we do have to take Malta back.
No, we have to take it back.
No, we have to take Malta back.
Uh,
The British Navy belongs in Malta.
okay. You get Malta, but we get Cyprus.
Oh, yeah.
Eh,
And more?
and what?
I reckon we just like. I reckon I just send the Royal Navy in.
Let's agree that we can all invade France.
Yeah, yeah. We can
Oh,
invade France. You can invade Marseille and we can invade Normandy.
we invade Corsica, Savoy.
Yeah,
The rest, at least the north part, is all yours.
yeah. Yeah, we'll take Brittany and Normandy, and you can have Savoy and like Lyon and stuff,
Okay, but
and Marseille.
must pay a toll
Montpellier.
of 1,000 gold coins per tour.
Yeah, we can afford it.
and the monthly tax of wheat.
Britain can always afford stuff.
we want your fire and advanced technology.
Trade technology.
Yes. What do you want? What technology do you
Uh,
want? How to make cheese?
we'll take pasta.
Pasta?
Yeah,
Okay.
how to make pasta.
Pasta
We'll
in
give
Italy.
you like new ships. The technology.
Oh,
How to make new ships.
British ship back then were,
Very good.
yeah, I mean the Napoleonic period. The Britain made the best ships.
They had the best navy right up
Yeah,
until World War II.
it's I mean for the Napoleonic times also France had the 74 gun brigade, the 74 gun ship of the line. Sorry, which was a really advanced type of vessel, but you had British vessel with 122 cannons.
Yeah, the first rate. I love the first rate. The Victory. Oh, the Victory is the best ship ever.
Nelson, Nelson,
Check
important.
this.
Trafalgar.
The Victory is still in um, service. Is still officially in service in the Royal Navy, although it's never sailed anywhere. Which for like tradition, I guess. You can see it in Portsmouth. I've been there. A magnificent ship.
British Navy was the reason that British could accomplish an empire such as
Yeah, it's the reason the empire existed.
yeah, exactly. Also the foundation of the Indian companies, which also had its own army. It's an interesting period.
Yeah, the Royal Marines, or the lobsters, they called them.
Why the lobster?
They wore red,
Everybody wore red.
so they called them lobsters because their red was a bright shade of Venetian red, which was cloth that came from Venice, and it was very vivid. So they called them. They looked like boiled lobsters. So they called them the lobsters.
I actually know I know quite a little about uniform in that period. Maybe I should study more about
Well,
it.
yeah, it comes from originally the only reason why the British wore red was because in the after the British Civil War, when the parliamentarians won, it was called the Commonwealth of Great Britain, or
Yes.
the English Commonwealth. Sorry, not Commonwealth of Great Britain, the English Commonwealth. Under Oliver Cromwell, and he chopped the king's head off. The New Model Army, which was the basis for,
Yes.
it was the first professional modern army, basically.
In the world, yeah.
They imported really cheap red Venetian cloth, and that's the reason it died, because
Okay,
it was
so
cheap.
yeah, it's not the movie reason for covering blood, blah 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 blah.
No, it's cheap. It just
Yes,
became tradition.
I know that. Didn't know about the Venetian cloth. I know about how because you had trade routes all the way up to the Indies, so you could import red dye. Was it
The
you
Venetian
were the
cloth
only
was
one?
very cheap, and the
Oh,
dye was made it very easy to make uniforms because they could spend the money on making the uniform with Venetian cloth and the dye. So, because they spent very little, because the Venetians made a lot of that cloth, they sold it quite cheap. So they could combine it with the dye to make it, because original Venetian cloth was quite purple. It was more like burgundy, so they dyed it with proper bright red. Maybe we
Sardinians
should.
were blue. France
What?
were blue.
Yeah.
Sardinians were blue, blue and white.
They also wore red, the red shirts.
No, that was the Garibaldi.
Garibaldi,
Yeah, but
it's
He issued.
he worked with the Kingdom of Sardinia, Piedmont.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's a different thing.
the company of Garibaldi were 1,000 men approximately, but they were issued equipment just for. They were ready to distinguish themselves from the rest of the army. They were even
Oh, were they not
different.
from Sardinia?
Yeah, also
What?
they were Zouave pants, which was
Yeah.
I love Zouave.
yeah the really the puff pants. They
Yeah.
wore that. The regular army wore regular issue pants.
Okay.
They had differences. They were like an elite corps. You can say that pretty much.
Because they fought very fiercely.
Yeah, in fact they called them the mille, the 1,000,
Oh, okay.
the mille. Proprio, it's a way to if you talk about the mille, you always talk about Garibaldi expedition.
Okay. I love
At least in
Garibaldi.
Italy.
Well, I didn't actually know Garibaldi was a person because in England, Garibaldi is a biscuit, a type of biscuit, and it's we don't actually learn about the actual Garibaldi guy.
Born
But
in
yeah,
Nice.
I guess he's just a biscuit now.
Hmm.
A little more than a confectionery delight. Well, the Garibaldi biscuit is very good. Try it, I guess. But
In Italy, we
yeah,
have routes and square named after Garibaldi,
I imagine
not
just like
districts.
America has stuff named after like Lafayette and Martin Luther King Jr. France
Yeah,
has stuff named after Napoleon, and Corsica has stuff named after Napoleon.
well, I mean, also America has stuff named after Trafalgar Square, stuff like that. Is it also in America one? Trafalgar Square?
Is there a Trafalgar Square in America?
If I don't remember correctly. If I'm not wrong.
Because
I mean,
the big
you have
Trafalgar Square is in London.
is in London, yes. I mean, how can I say it? Like
Mamma mia!
York and New York.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yorvik. Jorvik is the old name for York because it was a Viking town, Viking city in the Danelaw, which is pretty epic. And then New York used to be New Amsterdam.
yeah, they copy. They but that's because the America started to exist because British colonialism.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, America is basically a son of the British Empire, basically, in a weird way.
yeah. Oh my gosh, Wall Street, Wall Street in New York. It's called Wall Street because it used to be a wall. Funnily enough, it was where the wall to New Amsterdam was. And then the British bought it and then made it bigger. So yeah.
Also, so sorry, my bad. It's not actually a Trafalgar Square in the USA, but there is a connection between the statue of George Washington and it's weird because okay, no, I I got it all wrong. I got it all wrong.
Okay.
So technically, in the technically the soil where the statue of George Washington is in Trafalgar Square is technically soil imported from Virginia. I don't know why. So technically, there is a smaller Trafalgar Square, American one in the Trafalgar Square. Technically, just
Okay.
but
The knockoff.
it's the bronze George Washington statue donated from United States in 1921. Okay,
Okay.
weird. Maybe it's just a myth.
Ooh. I think I might. I think I might actually move to Serbia. I think, yeah, I'm gonna do it because of what they did in the 90s.
You're talking Nerds of Iron.
No, real life. Well, what they did in the 90s was very, very, very bad. Oopsie. And of course, the UN, as always, absolutely useless. Didn't do anything.
Hey, that's how the
The
world
soldiers,
goes.
yeah, UN soldiers sat there and watched a genocide happen.